So in this video, we're going to talk about exactly why people in general treat the chosen ones horribly. This is something you will probably experience very early on in life, like I have. And it's why you don't really want to be involved with that many people, because you see what people's like firsthand. The reason this can happen, and the reason why it doesn't happen too early in life, but maybe a little bit if you get your stuff together fairly early on, is because when you're young, you kind of blend in a little bit better with everybody else. You're not too far ahead in life. But the second things start to become different about you, your results, the things you do in general, that's where all these problems start to occur, like out of nowhere, bro. Like out of nowhere. People don't like you no more. People don't want to see you no more. People don't want to hang no more. People make excuses. Women you might talk to, like, you're going to get stuff going on, and they reach the point where they can no longer do it. So because of this, and the reason it happens is because the pressure comes on. They start to feel the pressure of real life because you live real life. They can start to feel that from you, and they panic a little bit. They start to almost feel like it's just way too much because it's you, and it's because of how you live your life. And they just cannot keep up with that. So, with all of this being said, this makes these individuals envy you. They become jealous of you, resentful of you, bitter because of you. And it's because they are not you. They don't feel the way you feel. They cannot get themselves to be as good as you and is as in line as you are. Because of all these things, they just cannot and will not give you respect. They will not treat you good. They will not be nice to you. It's going to be a lot of unnecessary things that happen amongst yourself and others that you just cannot wrap your head around until you get a little bit older and more experienced with all the stuff. Your progress in life literally angers them to bits. All of your progress, all of your success, your anointing, the way you flow in life, the way you have life momentum, it does something to them, bro. And it's just not the same. And once you see this in these people, it's just never going to be the same again. You lose another. You lose another. You lose somebody else that you thought was a friend. You lose another chick that you thought was going to be the one. You lose it all. And it's typically what happens to chosen ones. Unless you find people that's just genuinely for you. And they are probably chosen to some degree as well. Because we do not mix well with these everyday bots. We don't mix well with these people that sit around and make excuses. We do not mix well with them at all. So in turn, because we are not them and they are not us, they feel the need to mistreat us, treat us horribly. And it's up to you guys to not let that get to you deep inside, to the point where it actually affects you in the way you move. You cannot be moved off center, because if you allow people to move you off center, and that's what we're going to talk about next, if you allow that to happen, they have some form of mind control over you. And it's what you have to prevent happen. You cannot let this happen. And when you don't let it happen, you're going to notice how mad they get. Because they simply cannot control you. They cannot contain you. Over time, bro, it's this slow control that they want to have over you. And once you notice that, once you realize that, it's a wrap. It'll never be the same. There's some friends, bro, that you just wish that they were their best self so you could be good friends. The people that we see, we have to see them for who they are and not what we wish they could be. People are always going to be who they're going to be. We can't change them. We cannot change them, bro. It's not possible. We can tell them certain things that could help. We could do those things, but we cannot change them. And that's on them if they want to change, because the only change people's going to make is a change they really want within themselves. Telling someone to change ain't enough. And then it's them saying that they're going to change and then not. Like, that's just what it is. People can say they're going to change. People can say, oh yeah, I'm going to go on and do this. But a lot of the time they don't. So people are only going to be who they're going to be. And sometimes that sucks. Because we see who they could be and we want them to be that, but they never will. Whether it's your friend or someone you dated or whatever it might be, a family member, they're never going to be what you want them to be, bruh. And that's why it hurts so bad whenever you start to get disrespected by some of those types of people, because you don't want that. You do not want that to happen. You wish you could be cool with them. You wish you could be on good terms with them, but it just ain't gonna happen. And it's because of who they are internally. It's who they've become, and it was their choice. We all have a choice to keep fighting in life, guys, no matter how ugly things get. We all have a choice to keep fighting. We all have a choice to be your best self. We all have a choice to get up and just push through certain things. It gets tough. We push through certain things. It is a choice that we make. It is a commitment. And how many people are actually doing those things? Not too many. Not too many people. So, because of this, people like us who do commit, people like us who do have a purpose, a calling, a mission, purpose in life in general, we get treated bad, real bad, because just who we are alone, bro, people don't want to give us any respect. And it's not like we want everyone to praise us and kiss our feet and everything else. That's not what this is. We just want flat out respect. People to, respect us. But they cannot do it. They have to just do what they're going to do. They have to behave and act the way they're going to according to who they've become. Who they've become is nothing nice. Who you've become is something that they admire low-key. So, That is where all the hatred comes from, folks. That's where all the envy comes from. That's where people treating you so badly, that's where it comes from. They're not you. You're not them. And what you've become, you've exceeded levels far past them. And that was your choice. They had the opportunity. They could have done it. They didn't. They chose not to. But you chose to because you were chosen. You were just chosen. You were just destined for it. And they just weren't. I mean, you guys can sit here and think whatever you would like to think, but it makes sense, doesn't it? It's just that these individuals, they will never admit it. They will never admit it. They will forever live in denial, and they will not admit this. They can't get to this level of conversation. Their feelings override everything, and I mean everything. Whether it's man, woman, don't matter. How they feel overrides everything else besides what's real. It's their feels before the reals, and that's where you're in trouble. They feel like treating us badly because we make them feel not so good because we've become good. How is that our fault? How is that our fault? And why do we deserve to be treated bad? Because we like our lives. We just don't mix, bro. Flat out. That's why I tell so many of you guys, like, I've done many coaching calls when it comes to people about their groups of friends. And that's why I'm telling you guys, the things you hold on to the hardest oftentimes are the things hurting you the most. Bro, if you have a relationship partner, you shouldn't feel the need to have this feeling of you're just holding on in hopes things change, in hopes things are better, in hopes and hopes and hopes. You should feel more free in your relationship than anything else. When it comes to your friends, you shouldn't feel like it's all this effort to have a friend. It should be natural. Things should be natural. And it's only natural with people who have a good individual life. If you don't have a good individual life, let's say if you do have a good individual life and they don't, not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You feel comfortable with who you are. You feel comfortable with who you've become. The others do not. That is the issue. That is where they start to want to bring you down to where they're at. They don't want to give you any love. They don't want to give you any respect because it's just going to keep you where you're at, and it's just going to keep, it's not going to make you no better. It's just going to keep you being who you are. They want to destroy that. I promise you guys right now, these fucking people, bro, they want to destroy that about you. They want to take your confidence down. They want to treat you bad. They want to gaslight the out of you so you no longer feel like yourself. They would prefer that. And this is the tough thing. This is why we don't have that many people in our lives, because there's not that many people that's worthy, that understand us, that respect us. They do the opposite. Every time. There's many people out there, bro, that I get along with, but not close with many. Because initially, they might give you a bit of respect. But once you get to know them, once things, you got a closer friend, you got a closer person in your life, things start to rear its head. Things start to get ugly. Things are no longer good. And that's because y'all got to know each other. That's where it all goes wrong. And this is why oftentimes you will find chosen ones doing their thing by them damn selves. Because nobody gets it. Very few people do, and those are the ones that we're close with. That is the honest to God truth. The others just don't get it, and they don't want to get it. They will never get it. Which is why we'll never be close with so many people. We're just fucking different, bro. We are literally different. We are cut from a different cloth. We think different. We communicate different. Everything that we see about the world and how we view things is different. They have their own little reality going on and their own little imaginations and the way they think going on. They have that going on. We have something entirely different going on. We don't mix with them. It'll never work. And I don't care what you see in some person and the potential that's there. They are who the fuck they are. And the only one that can change that is themselves. Are they going to? Probably not. Most people don't change. But that is on them. If they were ever to, it is on them. You can't do it. It is 100,000% on them. So, I just hope you guys understand where I'm coming from in this video and, the difficulties in this world navigating through. Because it's hard, bro. It's hard to just be on track with most people, and that's why we feel so cut off from this modern day world. But we've talked about it for years. This is how we have to keep things to protect ourselves so we can live on and be exactly who God has destined us to be. And if we do not do that, it'll be a huge mistake. We have got attacked by witches and warlocks, demons, you guys name it, Jezebels. The list goes on. Those are things that make us not ourselves. We have to stay ourselves. We have to stay focused. We have to be who we are, unapologetically. We're not doing nothing to nobody else. We are calm, cool, collected, legit human beings. All we want is the littlest amounts of respect. But we cannot even get that from most people, so that's why we avoid most. But anyways, guys, that's the video for this evening. We'll be back with the next. With that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.